Welcome back to Jake and Michael's house.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Michael.
Today,
we are cooking from this cookbook. Thank you, Andie Mitchell, for supplying us with some amazing recipes.
delicious, savory, flavorful. Today we're going to be making chicken and mushroom mustard Marsala cream sauce. That's not a mouthful.
Will ours turn out like this?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Time will tell.
Now we are prepping ingredients. I cut the fat off the chicken because Jake does not like chewy, so the fat is chewy. Honestly though, I will say that we have also just thrown it in like the slow cooker or Instapot, but it's not too much different. So if you don't want to waste the time to cut the fat off the chicken, not too big a deal. But it might be a little bit chewier and the fat is fat. So we cut most of it off. There was also a little piece of bone, which is super gross, that we avoided. Jake is prepping the onion over there, and we have gathered the ingredients over to this side. So we are ready to cook.
I will not cry while chopping onions. I will not do it. It's really this sad movie I'm watching right here that nobody can see. What's that movie about the dog? Any movie about the dog?
Marley and Me. Is that one? I never actually saw that.
Oh good. I've seen it like 13 times, cried every single time.
Oh, hit that one right on the head. So what's your technique here, Jake?
So see what I'm doing is I'm chopping lines down but leaving this part connected here so that I can keep some good control on it.
Mm-hmm.
Onions can be a little unruly sometimes. You have to show them who's boss.
Basically.
So what I do is I grab real firmly.
I like that.
I never said I was in control.
I think also if you leave the end on there, don't they say that it makes it less like tearful?
I don't know. I haven't cried yet, so maybe.
Step 1. Spread the flour in a shallow baking dish. Shallow baking dish. Thank you, Vanna White. Pat the chicken dry with paper towels and season with salt and pepper.
I already patted it dry with a paper towel. Not so dry that the paper towel started to flake off, but very close.
Thank you for that notation, Michael.
And now I'm going to take some pink Himalayan salt because it's supposed to be better for you.
Because we're hashtag bougie.
So now I am spreading it around the chicken to make sure it's evenly coated. I probably should have put the pepper first, so I don't have to do it twice. And now I have chicken all over me. I'm gonna rinse real quick. And get some pepper. Okay, no one said I was perfect. Okay, so pepper.
Oh, good. Freshly ground. Coating both sides.
And now we're mixing it up. Babe, I feel like it needs more salt. Can you just do it? Because I'm chickening now.
You're chickening out?
I'm done with that. Yes.
Because we want flavor.
So much flavor. And nobody likes a bland chicken.
I'm here for flavor. You Amelia fart people should know this.
Yes.
Alright. Dredge 1 cutlet in the flour, coating both sides. And we want to dredge.
What is dredge?
It is when one dredges. I'll use it in a sentence. You dredge the cutlet in the flour.
Okay, so just one dredging? Like one good...
Yeah, and coat both sides.
if y'all want to see. I've never heard the word dredge except for like when it comes to like digging a ditch. So I hope I am dredging.
Hey Google, what does dredge mean?
Here's the definition of grudge. A persistent feeling of ill will or resentment resulting from a past insult or injury.
Yeah,
Try
I'm
me.
feeling a grudge right now. Hey Google, what is the definition of dredge?
Here's the definition of dredge. Clean out the bed of a harbour, river, or other area of water by scooping out mud, weeds, and rubbish with a dredge.
Alright, so that's what we're doing to our chicken. In case you were wondering, we are scooping out the bottom of its pits. Cooking.
Yes.
It's magical.
Yes, so we are all dredged.
All dredged.
Next step.
Next step, step 2. In a 12-inch non-stick skillet. Non-stick!
Are there even stick
Non-stick!
skillets? Could you imagine? This is a stick skillet.
I made you eggs, but you have to eat them out of the skillet.
Yeah, we got the stick
Stuck.
one.
Step 2. In a 12-inch non-stick skillet, set to over medium heat. You don't know what that means? Couldn't we just say like high?
Yeah, or like a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10, because most people are.
I'm not
numbers on that
criticizing
show.
Andie at all. Her verbiage is great. Set to over medium high heat. Oh, she got me.
Medium high.
Heat 2 teaspoons of oil. When has 2 teaspoons ever been enough? Add 4 of the chicken cutlets to the pan and cook undisturbed until crisp and golden brown.
So our oil is now hot because it's kind of, steaming a little bit. Also, you could, take some stuff and put it in there and it kind of sizzles and you're like, oh, it's hot. So it's
flour.
Yeah. Obviously,
Whatever stuff is.
you could see that. And most people infer from what they see, but Jake needs a full explanation. That was flour off of the chicken.
Well, I don't know what stuff
And
is.
so it said 4. I'm just gonna fill the pan, which is also 4. Our pan, I guess not that big, but I'm gonna kind of swish it around, that oil all underneath all of them. So, we are not very good at telling when chicken is done, so we're just gonna take one out and cut it open, and we'll see.
We're gonna cook for another 2 minutes and a little bit. So even if it's like slightly not done.
Super done.
Okay. You want more oil in there?
Yeah, it's with that and all.
Okay, so then I'll add more oil. You wanna? Yeah, come on. Go for it. You do you, boo.
Now we're putting in the second batch of chicken. So we're wrapping up the cooking of the chicken. We have the ones that are already cooked here. These are pretty much cooked. Have all the very nice ingredients laid out over here for the sauce. All prepped and ready to go.
So the chicken has now finished cooking.
We are blotting it currently with the paper towel to get that extra oil off so it'll be nice and crispy.
So we'll finish blotting that, and we're gonna add 2 more tablespoons of oil to our pan that we just cooked out of. And this is gonna allow us to now move on to cooking the onions and mushrooms. So Michael is going to add 2 tablespoons, and then immediately add our onion and our mushroom.
Onion.
Yellow onion. And our mushroom.
Mushroom, pre-sliced by the store. You could chop it for smaller if you do like a finer mushroom, or you can just chop it yourself. It's a little cheaper.
We like mushrooms. Pretty whole.
We like a good bite of mushroom. Oh.
So we want to cook that for about 4 minutes until tender.
So we've cooked the onions here for a bit. I put the lid on. I'm gonna put it on for just like a minute or two, so that way the mushrooms will steam a little bit and get a little softer. Nice soft mushrooms. So now the
Next step, after your onions and mushrooms have been perfectly well done, like Michael has done here, they look great, we can now go ahead and we can add our garlic. So 3 cloves of garlic minced, cooked for about 30 seconds to a minute as needed. The next step after we've gotten our garlic put into the pan and gotten it cooked for 30 seconds, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our wine. So we've got Marsala wine here in our, about half a cup. I'm not exactly sure if this is gonna like make a bunch of sizzling or anything.
The fire's not that hot. Little.
Cool. So just some sizzle. We're gonna go ahead and use that as a way to scrape up what's left on the bottom of the pan. Because we want to get all of those little chunky bits that have cooked into it. They're gonna make to a really delicious like kind of gravy.
That smells good. And we never said how much onion we put, but we did put a whole onion and a whole pack of the mushrooms.
Well, yeah, it's an 8-ounce pack of mushrooms, and then it asks for about half a cup of onion. But I don't mind if it's a little bit over, if it's a little bit too much. But we're not going to use that onion again, so might as well use it. So, 8 ounces of mushroom.
That's delicious.
So you've added your half a cup of the wine. Then you can go ahead and add your broth, and you want to bring it to a simmer. So we've got half a cup of like low sodium chicken broth. So we'll go ahead and add our half a cup. And then it says bring it to a simmer. So it says bring to a simmer, and we want to cook it until it's about half. So right now it's gone from what you saw a minute ago to something pretty watery in between those 2 half cups. We're going to cook it until it's about half of that.
I'm going to check it out.
So you see it's definitely more water in there, but we want half. All right, so that's about 7 minutes they recommend, and then we're gonna stir in the cream cheese and mustard, and we're gonna wait until that gets nice and melted. Cream cheese.
So it's been about 7 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and move on with the next steps.
So next up, we've reduced and thickened our, I'm gonna call it a gravy for lack of better terms, but we're gonna go ahead and add our cream cheese. So we're gonna add 2 ounces, we're calling it gravy, 2 ounces of cream cheese, maybe 3 if we're feeling crazy, and then a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Thank you, Vanna. Yes.
And I did it like that because I was worried it was gonna fall. Do I go ahead and put it in?
Yes.
Okay.
And you wanna stir both in, cream cheese too. So the recipe recommends putting the chicken cutlets in and then stirring the parsley, but unfortunately we have like 8 chicken cutlets, so we're gonna put the parsley in now, and then we will put our chicken cutlets. So, bunch of fresh chopped parsley.
No real measured amount. We just.
I said a bunch.
Oh, like the actual bunch.
No. I just meant like the unit of measurement that I use.
Oh, a lot.
So now we just cook for 2 minutes.
Delicious.
I'm gonna taste the sauce and find out if you need any more salt or pepper.
Well, it wouldn't be too late now. It's fine. That's good.
Is it good?
Delicious.
We are all done. This is the finished product. We're gonna go ahead and plate it, but I'd say pretty close. Maybe better.
Finito. So, not gonna lie, I've already tried it, obviously. I don't want to taint the way Jake feels about it, so I will let him try it first.
It's nice.
It's
You
very
did
good.
a very good job on the fry or on the battering, the dredging.
I thought it was gonna be too light of a batter, but it
I do
actually
too.
is a very nice amount of batter.
I think by dabbing it, you were able to keep the crunch.
Yep. There's a crunch. You still taste the batter.
It's not overly salty.
The sauce isn't too heavy. Like sometimes creamy sauces, you're just like, "Ugh, I feel like I'm eating pure fat.
That's very good.
I like it. I would definitely do it again.
I would just eat it right away.
Yeah, because once it gets cold, it's not as good. Luckily, Jake cleaned up along the way, so we didn't have a big cleanup. And now we can enjoy our dinner. It's been fun.
Bye.
See you soon.